My eyes won't open. I was kind of hoping you'd kind of want me here.
Hello, happy Sunday from me and my cat Claire. Today I'm going to start filming a new vlog, probably going to be a week in my life. These days I am just continuing to read for my comprehensive exams this fall and just relaxing because summer is the best part of being in academia. So if you're new here, my name is Sarah. I'm a grad student at Indiana University, study English, rhet comp, have all the FAQs in the description box like always. And I am coming to the end of my time living at home in Miami, Florida. I moved here when COVID started to be back with my family, and now the world is opening back up again and I'm gonna drive back up to Bloomington in just a couple of weeks. First thing on my to-do list is cleaning up my room. Somehow my room is always a mess when the weekend rolls around. Alright, did a quick little clean. Have a candle here. This candle was not potent at all when I first lit it, but now it's really close to the bottom and now it's super strong, which makes no sense to me. It also makes the room incredibly hot, which is crazy because it's the small candle. This is a book that I've been reading just for a fun read, kind of. Quit Like a Woman, The Radical Choice to Not Drink in a Culture Obsessed with Alcohol. I just started yesterday, but I'm 90 pages in and it is so good. I don't really drink a whole lot. It's not I feel like I'm wanting to quit alcohol necessarily, but it's from a feminist perspective. I heard about it through Chrissy Teigen. I actually heard about it because my mom heard about it from Chrissy Teigen, and it just does a deep dive with a feminist framework into how alcohol is doing the opposite of empowering women. And so far I would recommend it. I'll let you know how it goes as I continue reading. But I am needing to read something for school, so let me pull up Notion and see where I'm at. I did meet with my chair on Friday. When I say chair, I mean chair of my committee. We have 3 people on our committee, and then later on you get an optional 4th, I'm pretty sure. But the chair is the one who I work most closely with. And so we talked for about an hour on Friday morning, sort of just checked in with where I'm at the process. I was super nervous that he was gonna grill me, even though he's not like that, and ask how much I've read so far, and I was terrified that I was gonna have to tell him not a whole lot. But I told him that May was going to be the time when I was the least rigorous in my reading, because I had family in town. I knew that I had that trip with my friend. There was just little things like that. But now that it is the second week in June, really diving into things.
Those roads are cold, but your blood is roasting. I hope you notice. I hope you want me to.
Alrighty, I read one thing on the calendar for today, and I'm going to binge watch some more of Mosquito Coast with my parents because it's a fantastic show on Apple TV. Then I'm going to read the second article, but it's longer, but I already have a bunch of notes from the last time I read it, so hopefully it's not too painful. And then later on this week, I want to take on 2 books, and I think I'm going to spend a significant chunk of time with each of them, so I allotted 2 days for each. And for the reading today, I went ahead and did my little reflection. At this point, I thought that I would be much farther along with my reading list because it's already a week into June, but here we are. It's a lot later now. I really need to shower, and I still haven't read that second piece, but I'm having hopes that I'll still get to it, even if it's just a quick skim through. Hello, happy Monday. I'm in my car on my way to Panera. I went for a walk in the park this morning because I'm trying to get back in the rhythm of getting my body moving a little bit each day, but oh my gosh, it was incredibly hot. It's even hot in my car right now. It was the feels temperature was in the 90s, so it was rough. So I was planning on doing more of my reading list today when I realized that a conference proposal is due today. So I should probably try and draft something up. I know I'll be mad if I don't even try, but if I try and nothing comes, then it is what it is. Or even if I submit something I'm not super proud of, the worst that happens is I'll get rejected, and I know I'll be more upset with myself if I don't try. Right, it is much later now, in my room, in my bed, per usual. It's almost 5 o'clock. I did not do any reading for my reading list, well, any reading that was planned, because like I mentioned, I wanted to work on the proposal, but I actually killed 2 birds with 1 stone, because that's like a horrible metaphor when I think about it, but because I actually read one of the articles that is further down my reading list in order to help like prepare for this proposal. So I want to share a little tip for writing proposals that my chair actually gave me when he was a professor of the very first class I took with him back in my very first spring, like 2 years ago. So when writing a proposal, something that I try to do is follow this like XYZ formula. Proposals are typically about like 500 to 1,000 words. The one that I'm writing now is roughly 500 words. So in the first part of the proposal, I'm answering X, basically what is the problem, cite some people, prove that it exists, say what the stakes of the issue are. The second part is why, what have people been doing to address this problem. Additionally, cite more people here, like so-and-so tried to address it by doing X, so-and-so tried to fix it by doing Y, whatever. So you've addressed the problem, you've addressed how people have tried to fix it, and then Z is your own intervention, where you say, I want to build upon these people haven't gone far enough, I want to open them out, I want to push this one idea further, I want to completely refute this one idea. And that's where Z is, I'm going to present my own research that I've done to investigate this matter. I'm going to offer this personal narrative to sort of supplement the research out there or something like that. So X, state the problem. Y, talk about how other people have tried to fix it. Z, talk about how you are personally intervening to address it and speak to it. So far I read that article, and then I went shopping after because I just can't help myself because there's a Home Goods right next door. When I was done at Panera, I was sort of losing energy, so I went ahead and I just mapped out a to-do list of what I wanted to do when I got home after I took a break. And I labeled a rough sketch for what X is, what Y is, what Z is, and now I need to go ahead and actually put it into words. And this is the hard part. Show us what you got.
Okay, let's see what we got here. Well, we got something in a brown paper bag. So they have to wrap it up specially just for this. Oh, can you tell what it is yet? Oh, it's magic! You know. I don't even know what that is. It's something peachy.
Peach Bellini.
Peach Bellini, Spellini. Oh, we got Trader Joe's sandwich cookies. Chocolate and peanut butter, everybody's favorite.
The JoJo's, the peanut butter covered JoJo's. I've never tried these, but the pepper ones are
Saltwater Taffy, sponsored by the American Dental Association.
I cannot believe you like these.
For all of your loose fillings and things. And Trader Joe's has got the best little gummy things.
They were out of the Scandinavian swimmers. We had to settle for just the lobsters.
Just the lobsters. Of course, black tea.
That's mine.
Yeah, it's not just the tea bags. It feels like
it's 4 cans.
Oh, 4 cans of tea.
But they're caffeinated and they're super yummy.
And Trader Joe's bags themselves. Look at the bags. I mean, they're just not.
They used to give like brown paper bags with handles.
Regular bags. Look, they're plastic bags with handles. They're like reusable. Gift bag. Okay, next. Okay, here we go. We got a few more items here. Somebody went shopping for some popcorn. Movie theater popcorn. So you can't go to movies, but you can still have popcorn.
Except you can go to the movies
now.
now.
Wow, they just opened up. So now we got some white cheddar popcorn. I like to actually mix the two of those together. And then my favorite. Oh, we got one over here hiding out. Who bought these?
Me and Mom.
Hello.
The little stroop waffles, but they're minis, which I've never seen.
We saved my best for last. Here's my favorite. Ready? Dark chocolate peanut butter cups. Ooh, I am saying. If I'm dreaming, don't wake me up.
And then we got cold stuff. Just what did we get that was cold? Just to hold the cones?
We got the two little mini ice cream cone things, yeah. Trader Joe's.
All right, obviously much later now, I'm going to put on some comfy clothes and I'm going to finish this proposal. Alright, 10:56 p.m. and I just submitted my proposal. I sent it over to my roommate, who's the best bestie in the world. I know she'll be watching this. And she did a really quick proofreading of it and sent me validation, which is basically all I needed. Good morning. It's already past 12 p.m. I had a horrible night's sleep. It was one of those nights where I fell asleep around midnight like usual, and then I woke up at 5 a.m. and was just like wired. I had to make one of my good friends in Indiana, she's turning 31 and she wants to have a 31st birthday party that's themed like a 21st birthday party. So I had to make a sign for her sign night. So I just did this on Canva and I filled the 3 with a bunch of things that are very her. She's from Ohio, loves The Bachelor, hates Aristotle. I don't know if this is like specifically a Southern University thing or if this is something that's recent, if this is like an American thing. I have no idea. So once again, let me know if this is something that you've heard of before. Basically, when you turn 21 and you're going to like go out to all these bars to like that you can finally get into because you're 21, your friends make a sign for you, and then on the back of the sign is 21 dares that you have to do. And they typically go in order from like easiest to like most absurd. Sign nights were starting to become a thing like right when I turned 21. I graduated 2018. But I didn't go out for my 21st. That's very much not my thing. So I didn't have a sign night. And my friend had never heard of this before. And I was like, you can't turn 31 and have a 21st birthday party in a college town and not do this. So I basically bullied her into doing it. So I just put in an order for it to get printed at Staples. And I think I'm gonna cut it out and put it on like a poster board so it's thicker, and attach like an obnoxious feather boa to it so it can like hang from her neck, which is the way that people do it these days. I think I'm gonna go ahead and like clean up my kitchen and make something to eat for breakfast / lunch. Alright, picked up the stuff from Staples, got some adhesive glue, an X-Acto knife, a board, and then the actual poster. I will show the finished product. I'm gonna need to tag team someone to help me use the X-Acto knife. Really struggling to find motivation to read today, so I think I'm going to read a chapter or 2 of my fun book, and then hopefully that will get me in the reading mood to start reading more on my reading list. Here's the final product. Have this to hang it up with, and then the list of everything on the back. Hello, coming to you from Thursday because I skipped vlogging yesterday. Yesterday was a really wild ride with anxiety, so decided to take a break from vlogging. But I'm back at it today. It is a little after 10. At 11, I actually have a Zoom meeting with one of you all, which is exciting. Sometimes I get emails from people who have seen me on YouTube or Instagram requests / DMs, which I don't know if I've mentioned it on here. My Instagram is private, but I have like a public drawing Instagram, which is lettering and doodling, and you can always follow me and message me on there, or you can send me requests on my public Instagram, and you can send me like a message letting me know that you found me on YouTube or something like that. I just like to keep it private for a lot of different reasons. Anyway, I'm gonna meet with one of you all at 11 just to talk about my experience being a PhD student at IU for someone who's a prospective student, obviously not affiliated with the school or anything, just a casual convo. And then I'm going to continue working my way through this book, Rhetorical Listening by Krista Ratcliffe. I think that this should be like required reading if you were studying anything, period, but especially if you're studying anything in rhetoric. So she takes up the framework that rhetorical studies have focused on, like reading and writing in the English side and speaking in the communication side, but like what happened to listening? We forgot listening. And she talks about listening and understanding and empathy specifically as like a tool for interpretive invention, which is what she calls it, as a way to understand across cultural contexts. And she focuses specifically on race, and she examines her own whiteness, and on gender, and she examines her positionality as a woman. So obviously, as someone who is a white woman myself, this is very interesting to me. I'm also pretty interested in like autoethnography, how to incorporate narrative into our theoretical / like scholarly texts, and she does a really great job at that. Okay, so quick little update on my Notion. I've been following along with the reading list schedule, which is just the calendar, and then the reading reflections. I have tried to write something down, really focusing on getting it into complete sentences, although here I did bullets because it was more like history based for each thing that I read based on dates. And I'm also integrating like my thoughts and feelings and everything in. It's not just straight summaries. Then I created a quote list with some quotes that resonate with me specifically. Then I added some new tabs. I added a page for definitions, something that my chair told me that I'm going to need to think about is how I define writing and how I define rhetoric, which, you know, real easy tasks. And then some questions. I don't have anything here, but these are things I'm going to want to bring into my meeting with my chair. Those are questions that I'm going to want to consider. There's a lot in my mind. I just haven't written anything down yet. I'm keeping a tab of additional readings that I want to come back to with all the free time I have. Things that did not make my reading list because I wasn't aware of them or I wasn't aware how important they were. So these are things that other articles mention, things that I see in the Works Cited page of other articles, and I just think it'll be good to have them all in one place. And then something else my chair advised me to do was to do sort of weekly recaps. So at the end of each week, in addition to like my daily writing where I sort of write what that text was about, what it made me think, I'm going to go through at the end of the week and say, here's what I think now. And I'm guessing that this is going to lead back into this definitions page, but here's some things that have come across my mind this week. Here's some themes that I've been focusing on, stuff like that. I feel pretty good today with where I'm at. I finished as much of that book as I was hoping to finish. I think I'm gonna go to Starbucks here because I looked online and I think their indoor seating might be open because it's 90 degrees outside and I don't want to sit outside. So if their indoor is open, I'm gonna sit there and read just the final chapter of Rhetorical Listening by Krista Ratcliffe, which is supposed to have like pedagogical takeaways, which are always a good thing. So I'm simultaneously feeling good and feeling like overwhelmed, but I think being overwhelmed in this process is probably a good thing. It's just like there's so much, and I was texting my roommate about this the other day. Like, I want to simultaneously be open to learning new things and to saying like every text has the ability to resonate with me, every text has something to teach me, but I also don't want to like spiral into this void of nothing, which is like a void of nothing and everything at the same time. So I'm trying to focus on like what is important for me, but at this point I'm like, well, it all has the potential to be important, so it's a lot. I wish I had a meeting with my chair tomorrow because I would like to just tell him all that's on my mind right now, but I don't have another meeting with him for a couple weeks, so I don't know. If I feel like I need to chat, maybe I'll set up something sooner. I'm also gonna get my nails done in a couple hours here. I made an appointment for me and my mom, just my toes. So that'll be a good way to decompress and leave this all behind. Good morning, happy Friday. We made it to the end of the week. I'm exhausted. This morning I have just been doing so many different errands online, between like renewing a debit card and trying to find a storage unit and getting quotes on moving companies, renewing prescriptions. All the errands that can be done online have been done. I think I'm just gonna chill out for the rest of the day though. I am going to go ahead and edit this vlog, so it might be up on the same day that I'm filming this. But if you made it to the end, please go ahead and let me know that you watched this whole thing all the way through. And if you have any specific questions for me, go ahead and put them in the comments, or you can DM them to me on Instagram, because I am going to be filming a Q&A as a road trip up to Indiana with my dad. So again, thanks so much for watching. If you're not subscribed already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up. All of that stuff is really appreciated. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next vlog. Bye!
It may be something I can't see. It might be someone I've always needed.